What's up, Believe Nation? Making a quick video today to help one of the members of my mastermind group. He had a question about how do you figure out what your customers want to buy? He is a YouTuber. He has an audience. He's trying to monetize that audience. He has some goals for the next week, month, quarter, what he wants to hit. And he's launched 3 different products. One of them has done okay, and the other 2 have not done well at all. He wants to hit his targets, and he's wondering, how do I know? How do I know what my customers want to buy from me? And so I have some advice that I think will be really helpful, but I want to preface it first with 2 things. The first is congrats on trying. Congrats on keep going. You know, a lot of people, they launch their first product and it doesn't work and it misses the mark. And they say, well, this isn't going to work for me. Products aren't going to work for me, you know, and they give up and they go do something else and it's not a fit. And so congrats on sticking with it, even though you haven't had the success that you're looking for quite yet from what you've put out. And the second thing I want to preface it with it, and this is more for anybody who has an audience, is a YouTuber, is in social media, has a newsletter, has a blog, you have some kind of audience and then you're trying to monetize it. A lot of times people try to monetize too soon. People try to monetize it way too soon. I think of a friend of mine who, he's a YouTuber as well, and he's building his audience up, and he wanted to offer this course, and he put it live, and it had all of his best training and teachings on how to do what he's an expert at, and it didn't work. First course didn't work, didn't get any attention, didn't get any customers really. And so here's the thing, here's what happens. This is a tendency, this is where people fall down. He kept coming back and saying, okay, well, I gotta adjust the website. I gotta adjust my sales page. My sales page must suck, right? I need to adjust my headline and my copy and my pictures and my video and my pricing and my business model. And he just kept adjusting. And I asked him, look, how many people are going to your page? And he's getting like a couple a day going to the page. It's like, it's not enough. Your audience isn't big enough yet. You're wasting your time. Like, you may have put tons of love into making this amazing product, this amazing course, and now you're spending more time working on the landing page and the optimization and all that stuff, but you don't have enough data. It's like not enough people are coming. Don't spend your time on this right now. The problem is not your copy and your headline and the video on that sales page. The problem is nobody's going to the page because you don't have an audience yet. Your audience doesn't care enough yet. You don't have enough reach with them that they care. And so I think a lot of people spend too much time focusing on the wrong things. And I'm saying that that's happening in this case. I just wanted to preface that because I think people try to monetize too soon before they have enough of an audience. And then you spend time. Like, he should not be spending more time optimizing that page. He should be spending that time making better content, building a bigger audience, being able to drive more traffic to that landing page. So he can actually see, because he's making all these tweaks, that maybe his first page was the right page. He's just not getting enough people to that page. And so a lot of people monetize too soon, and you waste your time. And I don't want to see that happen. If you have a lot of value to add, I want to see you build a successful business, and it comes from spending your time on the right things. So that's my preface. Okay, now to the advice of how to figure out what your customers are willing to pay you for. For a YouTuber, for somebody who has an audience, I would say the most important thing is you need to start listening to your audience. I think too many people go out and just pick a product because they think it's a cool idea, but their audience doesn't actually care about it. Listen to your audience. What are they asking for? What are they writing in the comments of your videos? What are they saying? I wish you could do this. Now that can help you create more content. Most of the videos that I make on my channel are requests from people. All the top 10s, all the Espressos, all the Believe Lives, they're all requests. And so that lets me create better future content that's still free for people, And of course, it has to match up with what you care about, right? If somebody says, hey, can you do this, but you don't have any interest in doing it, then don't do it, right? It's not only listening to the audience, it's matching what you want to do with what your audience wants, right? That's where the magic is going to happen. And so it can help you guide your future free content. And if you do a good job there, people will start to ask you for your time to help them with different things in their life. They'll say, I would pay you to do this. People offer to pay me to make top 10 videos on them. I don't want to do it. It's not something I've ever done. I've never sold a top 10 video to anybody, but I could if I wanted to. That's where like there's a demand, but I have no interest in doing it, right? They have to match up. But you want to be able to listen to what people are willing to pay you for. So here's an example. And I love the idea, honestly, of moving from audience to service and then to product. So here's an example. There's a great video that Tim Schmoyer had up. And Tim's a YouTuber and teaches other YouTubers, where he had this guy on called I think it was the Podcast Answer Man. And he's talking about how he built his business. And he started off just giving tips on how to be a podcaster. What are the gear that you need to have to be a podcaster? What are the interview questions that you have? How do you come up with the content schedule? Basically everything around podcasting. You want to start a podcast? This is the guy to talk to. He's going to give you the advice that you need to grow. And then people started asking him, hey, I'd love some help with my podcasting. Can you give me some advice? Can do you do consulting? I can't tell you how many people ask me for consulting. Again, there's a demand for consulting for me. I have no interest in doing it. It's not what I want to do, so I don't offer that as a service. He started doing consulting. And he had one day where almost the whole day people were asking him basically the same questions of how to use an editing software tool in their podcast. And he would spend half an hour with somebody and answer the question, walk them through how to use the program, and the call would end, and he'd get another call with another client and do the exact same thing, and it would end, and get another call with another client, do the exact same thing, just walking people through how to use this editing software, how he uses it in his business. And because there was that demand, he said, you know what, I'm answering the same questions over and over and over and over again from paying clients. I'm going to turn that into a product. And that's the product that started doing really, really well for him. And so it's listening to your customers, understanding what they want from you, what they'd be willing to pay from you. And that may start as a service and then transition that into a product based on the paying customers, based on the questions you're answering again and again and again and again and again, turning that into something that people will then actually want. Sometimes that comes out of nowhere. So as an example, I sell t-shirts. That was never part of my business model. I was wearing some t-shirts and people started commenting, how do I buy that t-shirt? Where can I buy that t-shirt? So I launched a Teespring campaign and you can now buy the t-shirts. People were asking for a book. People wanted a book from me. There's tons of comments about book. Do you have a book? Can I buy your book? And that led me to be able to get a book deal. And so I think a lot of you are just not ready yet. And I get the desire to want to make money, and I get it. You want this business to turn around and be something that, is funneling a lot of success into your wallet, into your bank account, into your life. But if you're not getting anybody asking you, hey, can you do this and I'd be willing to pay you for it? That's a problem. I would rather spend my time investing back into the content to build the audience than investing into a product. Because how much time goes into making a product and a landing page and an email sequence and all of that stuff that comes into creating something amazing to then not have it work? Sucks. I would much rather you spend the time building out better content to get more of an audience, to get more people saying, hey, can you do this? I'd pay you for it. And you get enough people doing that, that's when you know you're on the right path. The other thought I have is if you do have some paying customers, so you've sold this one course that's had some success and the other two haven't, the people who've bought that course, get as close to them as possible. Once you have any kind of paying customer, get as close to them as possible. If you have a service, you're doing consulting, get as close. That's the main benefit of the consulting, is not the immediate income that you get. It's better getting to know your audience, your customers, people willing to pay you money, so that you can understand where they're at, and then you can make product around it that'll benefit tons of people. So the people who bought your program, whatever it is, get to know them super closely, help them, understand their needs, understand their life, their business, where they're going, their frustrations, their struggles. When you start getting some common themes, that's your next product. And so it's always going to be a match of what you love doing with what your audience wants to see. And so you're doing a lot of work here, and this is a tendency for a lot of entrepreneurs, building something that they love doing, right? I love this. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to pour so much love into creating this awesome product, but the audience didn't care. And you may know enough that this product you create is going to be a hit, but that's a risky gamble to take, and it hasn't worked out. So much better is to get to know your audience. First, on the free content, pour more free content out there, get feedback, get their advice for other content that they want to see, pour that back into it to create better free content to the point where people love your stuff, can't wait to come back and see your videos again and say, if you forget to post for that day, people are going to be calling you out and say, where's my video? I need my video. I can't live without your videos. Your content inspires me and fuels me every day. When you get to that level, people are then going to say, hey, can I hire you for this? Can you help me with this? I'll pay you money to help me solve this problem. If it aligns with what you're interested in, take the money, help them. And that happens over and over and over again. With similar problems, you build a product. It's just getting to know your audience better. That's what I got. You got people, someone in the live chat there. Hey, Evan. Hey, Gurav. Hey, Oreste. Hey, New Future Builder. Hey, Mihaville. Hey, J-Rise. Hey, Zeno. It's a special bonus live hangout. Sometimes how we roll. Hopefully that helped you. Thank you guys for the love. I believe in you. Hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love, guys. I'll see you soon.